are tracking the Chinese spy balloon for you. It is over the state of Montana. I don't know if we can show this graphic that we have from Beijing all the way across the Aleutian Islands, Alaska, all the way down through Canada. Our government has been tracking this for several days. They say it is not a threat to people on the ground. President Biden has been briefed. It has been recommended to him by the Pentagon that it not be shot down. And the other thing that's happened in the wake of all of this is that Secretary Blinken of the State Department was set to actually go to Beijing. This would have been the first visit, right, since COVID. That is now apparently on hold, as it probably should be.
So the president and Xi Jinping met about 6 months ago, and at that time they said they were going to keep up the communication and the dialogue, and this was Blinken's big trip to go ahead and do that. So even though the State Department never officially announced the trip, Blinken was scheduled to leave today and have his meetings on Sunday and Monday in Beijing, and right now that has been put on hold. We're getting a mea culpa of sorts from China. Beijing saying the suspected spy balloon that was hovering over Montana simply flew off course by accident and it was not intended for surveillance. We'll track that now with Greg Palcott, live on the story from London with details. Greg.
Bill, Dana, this is a remarkable story, and we were getting a bit more clarity just in the past couple of hours about this, and yes, it has some big ramifications. The Pentagon had said that it is a Chinese high-altitude surveillance balloon traveling above commercial air traffic and not presenting a military or a physical threat. Word got out when someone spotted it from the ground in Montana on Wednesday. It was confirmed late yesterday. Apparently, the U.S., yes, has been tracking it for a few days as it made its way up from China across the mostly Alaskan Aleutian Islands, down along the western coast of Canada to the U.S. Northwest, home, it must be noted, to several U.S. military bases, including ICBM missile sites. And apparently, yes, that is why the U.S. considered and then nixed the idea of shooting it down. Just in the past couple hours, guys, China has owned up to the fact that it is theirs, going on to say in a statement, it is a civilian airship used for research, mainly meteorological purposes, affected by westerlies, and with limited self-steering capability, the airship deviated from its planned course. Deviation, I think, is an understatement, guys, caused by those winds. And notice Beijing says mainly meteorological. Statement issued in English blames what the Chinese called a force majeure for the incident, basically a phrase meaning something beyond their control, and says it's working with the U.S. to handle the situation. This comes, yes, ahead of what was to be a trip by Secretary of State Blinken to Beijing to speak with officials there on a range of security issues. He was supposed to leave today. The meetings were supposed to happen on Sunday and Monday, but now, yes, Fox News can confirm that that is postponed indefinitely, presumably due to this. A couple questions out there, guys. Number one, how is this allowed to happen? How is this balloon allowed to go so far? Number two, where does the balloon go from here? And as a scholar of the Cold War, this brings up the U-2, the downed spy plane, Gary Powers, and a canceled U.S.-Russia summit back in 1960. Back to you.
I'll add to your list. Have they done it before?
Don't look now, ladies and gentlemen. But a Chinese spy balloon is flying over what used to be the land of the free and home of the brave. But our government just decided to ignore it. It was spotted by a civilian over Montana on Wednesday, and he informed the authorities. But, as it works out, the authorities have known about it for a while, but decided to do nothing. The video you just watched is from Thursday. Today, Friday, the balloon was spotted passing over Kansas City and St. Louis, and it's expected to reach the Carolinas by Saturday. Supposedly, Biden wanted to shoot it down when it was hovering over our nuclear bases in Montana, but the generals talked him out of it. Look, Maroon, grow some balls and shoot the fucker down out of the sky, blow it to smithereens. The Chinese are fucking with you, which, by implication, means they're fucking with me and with every U.S. citizen in the land of the free and home of the brave. If I'm Commander-in-Chief, that balloon, you know the routine, is history as soon as it reaches Alaska. Thanks for stopping in today. Until next time. See you. And that's a wrap. Here it goes now.